welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well. So in today's lesson I'm going to show you two things which will be important for our Instagram app. So the first one is I'm gonna show you how to save user info into database, into Firebase, okay? And the second thing that I'm gonna show you is to upload the image into the cloud, okay, to retrieve it later on. So let's get started. First of all, you are going to select the function handle sign up, okay, because it will be when the user, when he will press onto that button, that the user will be created. Okay, so here we're going to save our info into database. So the one thing you can do is to open Firebase here, okay, then get to the console, okay, and here we are going to select this one, okay, Instagram Firebase English version. Okay, so once you get there, you are going to select database, okay, and here you are going to select this one, real-time database. Okay, sorry, it's written in French for me, but you have to know that it's this section, real-time database. So create a database and you are going to select this one, okay, start with the test mode, okay, where the rules are true for reading and writing, okay, then activate it. You can ignore this message, and meanwhile we can also activate the storage, okay, so here you just have to click there, press next, okay, then okay, and it will be created. Perfect. Now we are good to go to work on our Xcode project. Okay, so here below this printing, okay, we are going to write database, okay, dot database dot ref, okay, dot child, and here you are going to write users. It will be our root directory, okay. Then here you are going to select set value, okay. I think it's this one. Yes, this one. Okay, so as you can see here, it expects a value, so we are going to create this value. So you can write let values. Actually, we are going to have many users in our app, so we have to create a dictionary, okay, rather than just one single value. So here we are going to create this dictionary, okay, and in this dictionary we are going to use the UID, okay. So what you can do is to write dot user dot UID, okay, and then column, and for the beginning you can write 1, okay. Then you can copy and paste that in here like this. Here then you press enter, okay. Here it expects an error, and here a ref. So as you can see here, it's an optional because it has a question mark, so we have to unwrap it to make it safer. So what you can do is to write guard let UID is equal to user.user.UID, okay, else return if it doesn't work, like this. And now we can use this statement, this object, in here. It will be safer, okay, cool. So here we have to write if let error equal error. In case we have an error, then we'll print a message failed to save user info into DB. DB means database, okay, column, and here you can write the error, then return. Otherwise, if it's successful, we can write successfully saved user info 2db. Cool. So we can now run the app and see what we get. Okay, so here is our app. I'm going to write randomly, I don't know, dummy456 for instance at gmail.com. Here dummy456, and here a password randomly, and then sign up. Okay, so as you can see in the console, we can see successfully created user. So this is our UID. Okay, and then successfully saved user info 2db. Okay, so we can open Firebase and see by refreshing, by going into database, if we have our user. So as you can see, we have our root directory, which is users, and if we open it, we can see our dummy 456. So the next thing to do is to replace this one figure by the username. So to get that, we're going to go back into Xcode, and in here I'm going to create another dictionary. So this one will be username values, okay, like this. So it will contain obviously usernames, okay, column, and here we are going to use username, this one. Okay, cool. So then we can use this statement and replace it in here, then relaunch our app and see if it works. Okay, again I'm going to write something randomly, maybe dummy000 at gmail.com, then dummy000, and here randomly 123 then sign up. So here we have again successfully created user, and then save user info to database. So I'm going to open again Firebase, and in here, as you can see, we have our new user with yes, with the username. Maybe I'm going to spell it without the S. So here I'm just going to replace it by username, sorry, and let it go. But one thing that you can notice is that our previous user has been wiped out. Okay, so he's not here anymore, so we have to correct this problem. Okay, because what we want is to have all our users with the list and not the last one each time. Okay, this problem is due to this this function, okay, set value, because set value only keep the last one, okay, the last value written. So what you can do is to replace it. So you double click on it like this, and you can write update child values. You have to write it completely, then just press right, for instance, to get out of the list, because by doing this you won't have to rewrite everything, but otherwise you can do it again like this: database.reference.child, okay, users, and here update child values, and select this one. Okay, but I prefer to to save some time. Okay, cool. So if I relaunch my app again, we are going to create a new user and see if it keeps our previous user. So this time we're going to write dummy 1111 4 times, for instance, dummy 1111, then a random password and press sign up. Okay, so our user has been created successfully, and also its information have been saved into the database. Okay, so here, as you can see, I don't even need to refresh, but if you see into the users file, you can see many users. Okay, the last one, which is this one, dummy 1111, and the previous one before this one, dummy 000. Okay, so that was the first thing I wanted to show you. Now we are going to see how we can select a photo for our profile image. Okay, so here, so to do that you have to select plus photo button, okay, which is here. Then you have to write button dot add target. Okay, here you are going to write select, here compound button, I think that's how you say in English, compound button, then selector as usual, and in here you are going to say handle plus photo. Then here you are going to say touch up inside, because it's when the user press on that button that the image, the photo library will be displayed. Okay, so to do that, before going further, maybe we can create the function, because I want to show you something. We're going to write object, okay, func, paste the name of the function, okay, with empty parentheses, okay, and then before going further, so here as usual we're going to print 1 2 3, okay, when we click on the plus photo button. Okay, so here we are going to see in the console that we do have 1 2 3 when I press on that button, so we are good to go so far. So in order to access the photo library or the camera, you have to create an object. Okay, so this object is image picker controller. That's how they name it. So you have to create it by selecting UI image picker controller, okay, like this, and then actually we're going to present it. So present this one, and you're going to write image picker controller, animate it true, and here nil. Okay, so I'm going to run the app, but before pressing on that button we're going to do another thing. So you have to go in this file, info playlist, and in here you're going to press plus button and then select privacy, yes, photo library usage description. Actually, you have to know that if your app wants to access the photo library of a user, it requires to ask him the permission to access his photo library, okay, and also for the camera. So I think you have all already seen it in your own usage of many apps, that the app asks you the permission to get the access to your photo library. So here we can write a simple message saying that we would like to access your photo library. Okay, and meanwhile I'm also going to show you another one. So it's also in privacy section, in the privacy section, and it is for the camera usage description that we will use in another lesson later on. Okay, but we can already do it. We would like to access your camera. Okay, and that means that the user has the potential to deny the access. Okay, so now that we have done it, we can relaunch our app. Okay, I don't know why it doesn't show up with my simulator, but normally when you press on the button first, before accessing in here, you have the pop-up asking you the permission. Okay, so here as you can see, now we can select one image, but as you can see, nothing happens because we have to delegate this action of selecting the image to the delegate property of image picker controller. So image picker controller dot delegate is equal to self. Okay, but in order to use the delegate of UI image picker controller, as you can see in this message, you have to insert two protocols. So the first one is UI image picker controller delegate, and the second one is UI navigation controller delegate. Okay, so here I'm going to write UI image picker controller delegate, this one, and then UI navigation controller delegate, and now you will see that the error message will be gone. Cool. Okay, but we haven't finished yet. The next thing to do when the user has selected an image for his profile image, we have to process it. Okay, so to do that we have a function. So we are going to write image picker, and as you can see, it's this one, image picker controller. Okay, so in here you are going to write let original image is equal to this property. So you are going to write info. Okay, and as you can see, from the moment we select info, you see that it's a dictionary. Okay, so we have to create that dictionary. Okay, and then it shows you what it expects. Okay, so here you can write UI image picker controller dot info k dot original image. Okay, and as you can see here, it doesn't give us the right type of the object. It's written any, so it could be anything. So it's our duty to complete it by saying what we're expecting. Okay, so here we expect a UI image, simply. Okay, and maybe we can print original image dot size in order to see what we get. Okay, so here I'm going to relaunch my app, pressing the button. Okay, then selecting this image, for instance, and as you can see in the console, we have our print statement telling us the dimension, the size of that particular image. Okay, so if you want to edit the image by, I don't know, zooming, or yes, by zooming, for instance, or to pinch it, what you have to do is to go there and write image picker controller dot editing, allows editing, and then press and then say true. Okay, by doing that, if we relaunch our app, you will see that we can play with the size of our photo. So here I'm going to select this one, for instance, and in here on your keyboard, if on your keyboard, if you press Option, then you have two dots, and by them you can zoom or unzoom the image. Okay, cool. Then you can choose the image when it's edited, and to dismiss this view we have to write it manually. So what you can say here is dismiss true, and here nil. Okay, cool. But then if you want to rather use your edited image, you have to say info, create the dictionary, and here UI image picker controller dot info key dot edited image. Likewise, up above we have to inform about the type, so as UI image. Okay, and here I'm going to show you by writing edited image dot size that we have two different sizes. Okay, so I'm going to relaunch my app. Okay, here select a photo, this one for instance, press choose. Okay, and here in the console you have the original image size and then the size of our edited image. Okay, cool. So now that we have those images, we'd like to show them in here. So to do that we can say, so as they are optional, we have to unwrap them primarily. Okay, so here you can say if let original image is equal to ta ta ta, then we're going to display something. Else if, okay, else if let edited image, then we're going to show you something else. Okay, we can remove this statement, we don't need it anymore. Okay, yes, I wanted to show you that as this part is already shown here, you can simply remove it because it's a repetition. Okay, and as you can see it works. Okay, so as I was saying before, now that we have selected our images, what we can write is that plus photo button dot set image, this one, it will be original image, control statement normal, or plus photo button dot set image edited image with a control state of normal, like this. Okay, cool. So I'm going to relaunch my app. We're going to select a photo and see if it displayed correctly. So here, maybe this one, that time. Okay, choose, and we have our photo. But as you can see, there is an error. I don't know why, but with Xcode, it doesn't want to show us our image directly. So we have to write in here with rendering mode, and here select always original. Okay, same thing in for edited image, here with rendering mode, and in here always original. Okay, so now I'm going to relaunch my app. Select a photo, maybe this one. okay, and as you can see, our app now shows us our photo. Okay, so we'd like to show it in a circle, not in a square, so you can write plus photo button dot layer dot corner radius is equal to plus photo button dot frame dot width divided by 2, so we'll have a perfect circle. Then to show it correctly, we have to write plus photo button dot layer dot masks to bounds is equal to true. Okay, so if we relaunch our app, you will see that it works. Okay, so here plus photo button, camera roll, maybe this one this time, I don't care, a leaf. Okay, and as you can see, we have a nice circle. Okay, if you want, we can also stylize it a little bit more by doing some amelioration, you say in English. Okay, plus photo button dot layer dot border color, for instance, is equal to black, but we can write black like this time. You know why? Because a CG color, not a UI color. Okay, so you can just write that, and even the error message shows us that it's not a UI color but rather a CG color. Okay, so here we have to write UI color dot black. Okay, maybe we can close this section, and then CG color. Okay, then it will works. Okay, and finally plus photo button dot layer dot border width, and we can write 3, for instance. I'm going to relaunch our app to show you what we get. Okay, cool. And now you can see we have our profile image with a black circle around it. Okay, but I prefer it without that, so I can let you the 2 lines for your sake, but I don't need it. Okay, cool. Then what's the next step? Yes, now that we have our image, we'd like to upload this image into the cloud in order to retrieve it later on. Okay, so what I mean by that is to get the image stored in here into the cloud. Okay, so to do that, we have to go back to our handle signup function, because it's when the user that he will have answer, inform, fill in all that sections that will create its profile. Okay, so once you are in handle signup, the first thing I'd like you to do is to select this part, okay, and to comment it out. Okay, comment all this code out like this. And now the first thing we'd like to do is initially store our image. Okay, so in order to do that, we are going to select storage dot ref dot child, here write profile image underscore profile underscore image. Okay, and what I want you to do is to create actually a ref that will talk about this main section. Okay, you will understand later on in the video. So right now you can write storage ref dot put data, okay, and you're going to select this one, okay, the third one with a completion block. Okay, it's very necessary. So here, as you can see, the first parameter expects a data, so our data will be an image. So we can write let image is equal to plus photo button dot image view, okay, and not directly image, because initially it's a button. Okay, so in among its properties we have an image view. Okay, so we have to select image view, then image, and as you can see here we have an optional. Okay, so before going further we are going to unwrap it to make it safer. Okay, so guard let image is equal to else return. Okay, like this. But here it expects a data, not an image. Okay, yes, sorry, we have to as you can see in the error message, we have to insert self dot, because we are in a completion block, and to use an object which is outer that completion block, we have to write self dot like this. Okay, and yes, I was saying that in here it expects a data, not an image. So what we can do is here we can write let upload data, okay, is equal to our image, and then we're going to compress it. Okay, so JPEG data, and for instance you can write 0.3, which means that your image will be compressed at 30%. Okay, cool. And now that we have our upload data object, we can write it in here, sorry, like this. Okay, here you can write nil, and here we are going to press enter. Okay, cool. So here we have an error message saying that value of optional type data must be unwrapped to a value of type data. Okay, so Xcode expects that we unwrap also this object. Okay, so that's what we are going to do, because I don't want any trouble with Xcode, you know. Okay, and now as you can see the error message is gone. Cool. So here you can write metadata, here error, okay, and then if let error is equal to error, then we are going to print a message into the console saying that failed to upload profile image, okay, column, and here you can write error like this, then return, obviously. Otherwise, if it works, we are going to print the URL of our image. Okay, in order to get this URL you have to write storage ref dot download URL. Okay, then press enter. In here you can write download URL, here error again, and then we can write we can create our profile image URL. So and in order to be safer we're going to unwrap it. Okay, so let profile image URL is equal to download URL, okay, dot absolute string else return, okay, as usual. And then we can print successfully, okay, successfully uploaded profile image column, and here we can write profile image URL. Let me try right now if it works by relaunching our app, and we'll see if it's stored into the storage. Okay, so here I'm going to select this one, don't care, okay, tag, then create a random user, maybe writing dummy 123 123 @gmail.com, dummy, sorry, I write dummy, okay, dummy 123 123 with the random password, I don't care, sign up. Okay, so successfully created user, and then we have successfully uploaded profile image, okay, with the URL of the image. And in here, if I press again on storage, as you can see, we have our profile image, okay, with its URL, okay, and if I select it, URL, copy paste in here, so as you can see, it's our image. This is our image. Cool. Cool. But we have again a problem, like why is the user info with the user info. The problem is that every time we create a new user in this section, in the storage section, it will only keep the last image selected. Okay, so in order to trick this problem, I have a solution, which is to create a file name, you know. So maybe right here, yes, to create a file name which will have a random random UID every time. Okay, so you can write let file name is equal to NSUUID. We're going to construct it with an empty constructor. Okay, then write UUID string. Okay, and here you can see in this section that a string containing a formatted UUID, for example, okay, use this property when you need a string representation of the NSUUID object. Okay, cool. So then we can write here child and simply write file name. Okay, and as we're going to have many files and not only one image right now, we can change this route to profile images. Okay, so I'm going to relaunch my app. Okay, we are going to create another user and see if it works. Cool. So we have our user that has been created and also our image that has been uploaded correctly. So if we go back to Firebase and if I refresh this page, now you can see we have a root directory which name is profile images, and then by clicking in here we will have many images, actually all our images. So we are going to create another user and see if it works. Okay, so our user has been created and also the image uploaded. So if I go back to Firebase and refresh the page, normally we should have both of the images, and that's what we get. So it works perfectly. Okay, cool. So the last thing I'd like to show you before leaving is to replace this section, this portion of code correctly. Okay, so we are going to uncomment it. Okay, then cut it and simply put it in here, just below the print statement. Okay, like this. And now we have few changes to do. So in here, maybe we can add another information, which will be the profile image URL. Okay, like this column, and we're going to use profile image URL. Okay, and then it's not only a username values dictionary, so we have to change its name. So I'm going to show you one way to do it. Instead of changing the name separately, so you select you click on the statement. Okay, then press Control. Here you select refactor and then rename. Okay, and then in here you just have to write dictionary values like this, and as you can see, it will be changed everywhere in the code. Okay, press enter, and now it's changed. Cool. I think we are good to go for today. I'm just checking the last time. Okay, so I'm going to relaunch our app, create a last user just to show you all the changes, and then we will be good to go. Cool. So say successfully saved user info to DB. Okay, so if we go back to Firebase and go in database, so in our root directory users, if I open it, you can see all our users, and the last one is here, and so you have his username and also the profile image URL. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. In the next lesson, I will show you, now that we have all the information stored, we are going to create the profile user view of our app. Okay, thank you very much for watching my tutorials, and if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, just do it, and I see you in the next lesson, guys. Bye bye.